Imagine you have a lemonade stand. Every day, you squeeze lemons, add sugar, stir the pitcher, and pour cups for your customers. You work hard. You get tired. At the end of the day, you count your money. You have $20. Now imagine a friend comes to you and says, "Give me your $20. I'll put it in my pocket. At the end of the year, I'll give you back 20 cents. That sounds ridiculous, right? Why would you ever agree to that? But here is the strange part. Millions of people agree to that exact deal every single day. They just don't know it. Today, I am going to show you what your bank is really doing with your money. I am going to show you why your savings account is not saving you at all. And I am going to show you a simple way to take back control of your own money. My name is Elon. And this is not a video about getting rich. This is a video about stopping your bank from getting rich off you. Let me tell you about a woman named Maya. Maya did everything she was told to do. She worked hard. She saved money. She built an emergency fund of $20,000. She put it in a savings account at a big national bank. She felt responsible. She felt safe. She checked her balance every month and saw a small amount of interest appear. A few dollars here, a few dollars there. What Maya did not know was what her bank was doing with that $20,000 while she slept. Here is what Maya's bank did. The moment she deposited that money, the bank put it to work. Not for Maya. For them. First, the bank lent her money to other people. Someone borrowed $30,000 to buy a car at 7.5% interest. Someone borrowed $300,000 to buy a house at 6.8% interest. Someone borrowed $5,000 on a credit card at 21% interest. All of that lending was funded in part by Maya's $20,000. Second, the bank used Maya's money to buy government bonds. Short-term Treasury bills that pay about 3.6% interest. The bank earned that 3.6%. They paid Maya 0.38%. They kept the difference. Third, the bank charged fees. Overdraft fees. ATM fees. Monthly maintenance fees. In 1 year alone, American banks collected over $12 billion in fees from their customers. Maya paid some of those fees without even realizing it. At the end of the year, here is what happened. Maya earned $76 in interest. Her bank earned over $600 from lending out her money, plus more from treasuries, plus more from fees. The bank made at least 10 times what Maya made. And Maya thanked them for it. She thought she was being smart. Maya did nothing wrong. She followed the rules she was taught. The problem is not Maya. The problem is the game. Let me explain what happened using our lemonade stand. Imagine you have a lemonade stand. You make delicious lemonade. You have a loyal group of customers. One day, a big company comes to you and says, "Give us your lemonade recipe. We will sell your lemonade in our stores. We will give you 1 penny for every cup we sell." You think, that sounds fair. I don't have to do any work. I just collect my pennies. But here is what you don't see. The company sells your lemonade for $3 per cup. They keep $2.99. You get 1 penny. You are doing all the work. They are taking almost all the profit. That is exactly what happens with your money. The bank takes your deposit. They lend it out, invest it, and charge fees on it. They earn $3. You get 1 penny. And they call that interest. Maya's bank paid her 0.38%. They earned over 3% just from lending, more from treasuries, and even more from fees. Maya was the lemonade maker. The bank was the company selling her lemonade and keeping almost everything. Now let me tell you about Elon. Elon watched a video like this one. He learned that traditional savings accounts are a bad deal. So he did something smart. He moved his $20,000 to a high-yield savings account paying 4.5% interest. He thought he had solved the problem. Elon is not wrong. He is way ahead of Maya. On $20,000, Elon earns about $900 per year. Maya earns $76. Elon earns almost 12 times more. He did his homework. He made the switch. He should feel proud. But here is the problem that Elon never saw. First, that 4.5% might not last. Banks advertise high rates to bring in new customers. Then they quietly lower the rate after a few months. Elon's 4.5% could become 3.5% next month, and he might not even notice. Second, Elon pays taxes on that interest. If Elon is in the 22% federal tax bracket and also pays state taxes, he loses over 25% of his interest to taxes. His $900 becomes about $657. Third, and this is the big one, Elon's bank is still acting as a middleman. The bank takes Elon's money, invests it in things like government bonds that pay about 3.6%, lends it out at 7%, 12%, 21%, and pays Elon for 0.5%. The bank is keeping the difference. Elon is still the lemonade maker. He just negotiated a better penny. Elon never asked the most important question. What is my bank doing with my money that I could do myself? Let me show you what Elon could do instead. It is simpler than most people think. The United States government needs to borrow money. It does this by selling something called Treasury bills. When you buy a Treasury bill, you are lending your money directly to the government. The government promises to pay you back with interest. No bank in the middle. Right now, short-term Treasury bills pay about 3.55% to 3.95% interest. That is slightly less than Elon's 4.5% high-yield account. But here is the thing Elon never considered. Interest from Treasury bills is exempt from state and local income taxes. Elon pays state tax on his 4.5% interest. The Treasury bill investor pays no state tax. In a high-tax state like California or New York, that exemption alone can make the Treasury bill a better deal after taxes. But the real difference is not the rate. The real difference is who keeps the profit. When Elon uses a high-yield savings account, the bank is in the middle. They take his money, invest it, and pay him a slice. When Elon buys Treasury bills directly, there is no bank in the middle. He keeps the whole slice. There are 3 simple ways to do this. Way 1. Buy an ETF like SCUV. You can buy it through any brokerage app like Robinhood, Schwab, or Fidelity. You buy it like a stock. The ETF takes your money and invests it in Treasury bills. Every month, it pays you a dividend. When you need your money back, you sell it during market hours. The price stays around $100. It is designed that way. The fee is tiny. 0.09% per year. On $20,000, that is $18 per year. And the dividends are free from state and local taxes. Way 2. Use treasurydirect.gov. This is the government's own website. You create an account. You link your bank. You buy Treasury bills directly at auction. No bank. No broker. No ETF. No fee. The downside is that you have to wait for the bill to mature, from 4 weeks to 52 weeks. You cannot sell it instantly. But if you do not need instant access, this is the purest version. Way 3. Use a Treasury-only money market fund. Brokerages like Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab offer these. They invest only in government debt. They offer daily liquidity, meaning you can pull your money out anytime. The yields are competitive with high-yield savings accounts. And they offer the same state tax exemption. Now, some people will say, but my savings account has FDIC insurance. that protects my money if the bank fails. That is true. FDIC insurance protects up to $250,000 per depositor per bank. If the bank goes bankrupt, the government gives you your money back. That is real protection. But think about what you are comparing it to. Treasury bills are debt issued by the same United States government that backs the FDIC. When you buy a Treasury bill, you are lending money directly to that government. The risk of default is essentially zero. The government can always print more money to pay its debts. You are not giving up safety when you move from a savings account to Treasury bills. You are moving from a government guarantee on your bank to lending directly to that same government. In some ways, it is even more direct. Other people will say, "But I need instant access to my money." What if there is an emergency? That is fair. And that is why you keep your checking account funded for your daily needs. Rent, groceries, bills, spending money. For your emergency fund, ask yourself honestly, when was the last time you needed $20,000 in cash within 60 seconds? A real emergency, like a job loss or a medical bill, usually gives you a few days to pay. 1 to 2 business days for a sale to settle is fine. And the difference in yield while you wait for that emergency is hundreds of dollars per year. Let me show you the numbers side by side. Same $20,000. Same 1 year. 3 different choices. Scenario 1. Maya's traditional savings account at 0.38%. Gross interest $76. After federal and state taxes, about $55. That is what responsible saving earns. Scenario 2. Elon's high-yield savings account at 4.5%. Gross interest $900. After federal and state taxes, about $657. Much better. Elon is winning compared to Maya. But he is still paying the bank to be in the middle, and he is paying taxes on every dollar. Scenario 3. Treasury bill ETF like SCOV at 3.55%. Gross interest about $710. After federal taxes only, no state tax. About $554 to $620 depending on your bracket. The raw number is slightly lower than Elon's. But the bank is not in the middle. The yield is transparent. The rate cannot be lowered without notice. And in a high-tax state, the SCOV investor can actually come out ahead after taxes. The point is not that one option is always better. The point is that Elon never knew he had the option. He thought the high-yield savings account was the finish line. It is not. It is a better seat in the same machine. Here is your simple map. 3 steps. Step 1. Keep your checking account. Do not close it. You still need it for daily spending. Rent, groceries, bills, coffee. This is not about changing how you spend money. It is about changing where your idle money sits. Step 2. Identify your idle cash. This is your emergency fund, your savings, money waiting to be invested, cash you are setting aside for a down payment or a big purchase. This is the money that is sitting in a savings account earning almost nothing while your bank earns 10 to 50 times more on it. Step 3. Move that cash. Open a brokerage account if you do not have one. It takes 10 minutes. Then buy SCOV or a similar Treasury bill ETF. Or open a Treasurer Direct account. Or move to a Treasury-only money market fund. Choose the option that fits your need for access and your comfort level. That is it. You do not need to be a finance expert. You do not need to watch 50 more videos. You just need to take one small step to stop being the lemonade maker and start being the person who keeps the profit. Here is the truth that most financial videos will never tell you. Maya was responsible. She saved her money. She did everything right by the rules she was taught. Elon was informed. He moved to a high-yield account. He earned 10 times what Maya earned. He thought he cracked the code. But neither one ever asked the real question. What is my bank doing with my money? And can I do it myself? The answer is yes. Your bank takes your deposit, buys treasuries, lends it out at 7%, 12%, 21%, and pays you a fraction of a percent. The smartest move is not finding a better savings account. It is asking why you need one at all. You do not have to be the lemonade maker anymore. You can be the person who keeps the whole cup. If this video showed you something you did not know was happening with your money, subscribe to this channel. We break down the hidden math behind the financial decisions you face every day. And the next video? You do not want to miss it. See you there.